Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. There are rumours that Labour are going to vote against banning cousin marriage. Presumably, they like the fact that children are born disabled, deformed, mad, bad, low IQ, etc., because they're probably easier to control. That's what the Labour Party are in for. But apparently, incest is all the thing for the Labour Party. And it certainly seems like that when you look at the makeup of the Labour Party. It's been revealed that we have a new aristocracy ruling the country. More than 24 Labour government ministers are related to each other, married to other Labour politicians, or have family members being paid for by the public purse. And they're calling this the new socialist aristocracy. Because everyone's related to everyone else. Everyone's in bed with everyone else. The family links at the top of the government include Chancellor Rachel Reeves, whose sister Ellie Reeves is a fellow minister and chair of the Labour Party. I did not know that. The Chancellor is also married to Nicholas Joycey, who's a senior official at the Department of the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. It seems her whole family live entirely at the public purse, sucking at the public teat, like a family of succubus and vampires. Her brother-in-law, Ellie's husband, is a former MP, John Cryer, who now sits in the House of Lords as a Labour peer. It's like the royal family, isn't it? But Rachel and Ellie are not the only MP sisters within the government. There's Angela Eagle and Maria Eagle. Both hold roles in the Home Office and the Ministry of Defence, respectively. Other links include Claire Reynolds, who's Sir Keir's political director, being married to the business secretary, Jonathan Reynolds, a man who's never had a job, so therefore eminently qualified to be in charge of business. Baroness Jenny Chapman, she's a Foreign Office Minister, is married to the Labour MP Nick Smith. Funny how they don't have their name. They don't like sharing names, do they? And Baroness Judith Blake, a government whip in the House of Lords, is the mother of Labour MP Olivia Blake. Well, that's not all. Hamish Faulkner is the son of Charlie Faulkner, Lord Faulkner. Georgia Gould, a junior Cabinet Office Minister, is the wife of Alex Zapman, who is a Special Advisor to Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall. Her late father, Philip Gould, worked for ex-PM Tony Blair, while her mother, Baroness Gail Raybuck, is a Labour peer in the House of Lords. I mean, do they just go around fucking each other all day? Makes a change when they're not fucking us. Declarations in the Register of Ministers' interests also reveal that Joe Dancy, the partner of Health Secretary Wes Streeting, is Labour's Executive Director of Policy and Communication. Vicky Foxcroft, a government whip in the House of Commons, is also in a relationship with someone who works for the Labour Party. Treasury Minister Lord Spencer Livermore. He's married to Seb Dance, who is London Mayor Sadiq Khan's deputy. And the analysis by The Sun revealed that there are 28 ministers who are either related to each other, married to other Labour politicians who have partners being paid from public purse. As I say, the newspaper reported the figure was 11 under the Tory government led by ex-PM Rishi Sunak. I mean, you got this lot, they're all related to each other, they're all sleeping with each other, shagging each other, or, married to each other or whatever. Mothers, daughters, sisters, brothers, husbands, wives, lovers, Oh, it's like a soap opera, isn't it? And if you make this soap opera, it would be too disbelievable, unbelievable. You'd be disbelieving. Man, it's odd. Anyway, yeah, but you wouldn't. It'd be like, oh, that's too contrived, Inconceivable. If you get that, well done. But it is. It's just there. Sons and Lovers, isn't it? It's a soap opera. It's a cheesy Australian soap opera in the making. It really is. But they want to tell us that we need to live better lives. Must get out there. We don't want inheritance and blah blah blah. Well, they're after the bloody inheritance. They're inheriting power, not money. Maybe we should tax them on their relationships. Oh, look, you've got too much power. We'll take 50% of your power. I believe that it is a conflict of interest. Maybe we should bring a rule in, not stopping you getting married or whatever, but if If you're promoted to the cabinet and say your wife, husband, or whatever gets promoted, one of you must step down. You can fight amongst yourselves as to which one is more important. You know, and no relationships, no blood relationships, no relationships sexually or marriage or anything like that. And that way you can keep it at least less corrupt. But it doesn't have to seem like jobs for the boys, you know, a little leg up for people and, you know, let's just keep sucking all that money out the public purse. That's greed, isn't it? It's absolute greed. But yeah, even Pat McFadden, Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, his wife Mariana is a special advisor. She's a SPAD. John Healey, Defence Secretary, he's got a family member who's a civil servant. Heidi Alexander, the new failing Transport Secretary. Her husband is General Counsel at Ofcom. Who else we got that we haven't mentioned? James Murray, Treasury Minister, partner is a civil servant. Now, I can understand why. If you're in an atmosphere and you're working there and you meet someone at work, you fall in love with them and you marry them. I get that. That's how I met my wife. But that was 30 years ago, man. Ooh. But, so I do get it. But as long as the person's not, you know, but when you've got the two people in the same department, it just seems wrong, doesn't it? It shouldn't be there. Matthew Pennycook, Housing Minister, partner civil servant. Donna Johnson, Home Office Minister, family member, civil servant. Baroness Hayman, Environment Minister, family member is a civil servant. It goes on, the list goes on and on and on. There are 28 of them. 28 people. And this is just the cabinet. Unbelievable. Think of how many other MPs are there related to each other, not taking each other's names. They are corrupt. But what can you do? It goes on, doesn't it? But it's nice that it's been exposed, but it just goes to show the sneakiness. This is why they don't take each other's names. It's to try and show that distance so that people don't realise how incestuous, how nepotism sort of enshrines itself in corruption. Because nepotism is definitely corruption. Make no two bones about it. But, you know, a leg up for the boys. That's what this is. And I think it's quite wrong. But hey-ho, what can you do? We can't vote them out now for another 4 years, but by God, they're going to go. All of them. Trouble is, if you've got two members married and they're both in the same party and that party loses, you're both unemployed. What are you going to do? Starve to death like you're doing to the old people. Thanks very much. We'll speak later. Let me know what you think. Till next time. Goodbye.